The school bell rings and students file into classrooms. Another term has begun for Australian high schools. With nearly 1 in 4 Australian teenagers meeting the criteria for having a probable serious mental illness, mental health has become a spotlight topic in the education industry. High school teacher Mark Jenkins agrees that the high school environment is responsible for the spread of mental illness in students.
The high school environment does put strain on the students' mental health for a number of reasons. A lot of these students are coming into an environment where they are now interacting with people and peers that they're not normally used to interact or may not normally associate with. And that tends to cause a lot of anxiety in students because, unfortunately, like most schools, bullying tends to occur.
As well as the social stresses, Mr. Jenkins said that the academic workload shift from primary to high school causes pressure amongst students.
The students themselves, often with depression and anxiety, tend to not want to attend school, and every day that you're away from school you're lacking in information that could have been gained, so then the depression and anxiety tends to build up even further because they feel like they don't understand, they're too far behind, which prevents them from coming to school again. But yes, it does have a big effect.
The main concern regarding mental well-being in high schools is ensuring that there are the right resources and training for students and staff to access to help manage mental illness. Unfortunately, in the more populated high schools, students such as Sully Dangerously can't get the attention that she needs to help cope with her difficulties. The following is an incident that occurred at Sully Dangerously's high school between her and a teacher.
Having a panic attack, I had the sweats, I had clammy hands, hyperventilating, dizziness, and I asked him if I could go out and get some air and see Chappie, which was a school chaplain who I was seeing at the time. And he basically told me to deal with it myself because we were doing an assessment, and he didn't let me sit down because you can't sit down while you're doing an experiment because of safety reasons.
Sully, who was diagnosed with depression and anxiety last year, has been brushed off and felt unimportant more than once by the staff at her school.
It didn't make me feel like my mental health was a priority, and it didn't make me feel like it was important, because sometimes you'll get kids who are like, oh, I have a headache, or oh, I'm coughing, can I go to the sick bay? And because it's their physical health, it'll be like, oh yeah, sure, you can definitely go and get some rest.
With the number of mental health issues that are being faced amongst all students, it is very difficult to find the time and also the resources to provide what's necessary for the kids.
A statement from the Department of Education reassures that schools have a range of overarching guidelines in place to help encourage social and emotional well-being and support students' mental health. Guidance officers, youth health nurses, chaplains, and student welfare workers are employed in high schools to provide comprehensive student support, including counselling and advice to students, teachers, and parents.
Most teachers will have an understanding, but more importantly, we know where to send a child if need be. We may not always be equipped personally as a classroom teacher to deal with all the issues there, but we do have a network of teachers, staff, and community centres that can help out if need be.
This is Billy Shanks reporting on mental health.